Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coach Lee Davis Coffee County Red Raider Football Show. We're glad you guys could join us today. I'm Jim Fuller. I'll be your co-host today, and it's my pleasure to be working with Coach Lee Davis, the head football coach at Coffee County High School. A big game for you guys last night, Coach Davis.
Huge game. It was homecoming. It was coffee pot. It's Tullahoma. All that equals huge.
The results, I'm quite sure, weren't quite what you would have liked to have seen. But still in all, I thought it was a very entertaining game, and there were a lot of bright spots in the game for the Coffee County Red Raiders.
There was. The first half was very promising. We moved the ball well. We really felt like we were in control. We were down by, I think, 6 at halftime, which wasn't bad, and we felt like we had them exactly where we wanted to going into the half.
Mm-hmm. What does homecoming, is that a distraction sometimes for you guys?
It is, but you know, the games for the kids, you're in high school, yes, it's a distraction, but if they had fun, that's what we need. I mean, right. We want the kids to enjoy it, and I think they did. They enjoyed all the homecoming activities, and you know, sometimes people forget that it is all about the kids.
Right.
And you know, so even though homecoming is a distraction for coaching staff, it's kids had fun, that's all you really care about.
Okay. All right, we're going to bring you film of this game. First of all, we're going to take a quick commercial break to acknowledge some of our fine sponsors who make this show possible. We'll be right back in just a moment.
This is Ken Huddleston, and this is KK's Music Loans and Jewelry. This is his son, Zach Huddleston, and this is his dad, Ken Sr., better known as KK. You never know what's coming through the door next.
An 1880 Liberty $10 gold piece, a Ruger M77 rifle, 300 Winchester Magnum with a Leopold 25x50 Barry X3 scope.
If you're looking for one-of-a-kind merchandise, come by KK's Music Loans and Jewelry in Tullahoma and Manchester.
Hi, I'm Lori Thompson.
And I'm Mike Thompson, and Lori and I have bought the dealership back on Highway 55, Thompson Ford, Tullahoma, Tennessee. It's back, it's wide open for business, and ready to serve you guys in the community.
And we want to thank you for allowing us to raise our children here. We've been here almost 15 years.
We want to thank the community. Without you guys, we couldn't have done it. We know it was your support that allowed us to achieve this dream. Come be a part of the dream, something special. Come see us at Thompson Ford. Ask for Mike and Lori.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
Welcome to the Rose Bowl. The team's taking the field. Not many people. Oh, my. He missed. Off to a rough start here. Somebody wants to go home. What's he doing?
If you're not watching college football in HD, you're watching Pee Wee TV. Graduate to Charter TV in HD and let it all in.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we start off the game here. And you see someone was commenting that you must have 100 players out there, Coach Davis.
We got 95.
Do you? No kidding.
We're pushing it. I love this, though. I love how we run out, and you know, the students lead us out, and then our youth from Manchester and Coffee County run out behind us. And it's like I said, it's one of my favorite parts that we do. The field looked beautiful Friday night. Love the M in the middle of the field, and it was it started off being a great night.
Yeah, we carry the audio broadcast from Fantasy 101.5, and the announcers for Fantasy were talking about that might be the best they've ever seen that field look, and a lot of positive comments about the M in the middle of the field.
Oh, I love the M. I love it. It kind of reminds everyone of, you know, we did. Oh, I hope he gets up. I hadn't seen him.
You'd see him in the middle of it.
But it just kind of brings back, and we're hoping to get, you know, the community to support and be back in, and if they ever played there, come to games, and you know, just have the alumni back with us.
In this game, you won the toss, I believe, did you?
We did, won a toss and elected to receive. We wanted the ball first. We thought we could run it on them, and we wanted to see exactly what they were going to do to adjust to what we were going to do. This is a good return by D'Angelo Rozier.
Who had a great night. I don't know how many yards he got, but he had a great night.
Had a great night. He's a great kid and a great player, and he's just a sophomore, so we look forward to having him back next year.
Do I recall you had Chris Murray lining up some at quarterback last night?
We did. He played a little quarterback. He played a little receiver. He's Mr. Everything. Nice little pass to Brent Wicks there, and we saw what we wanted to see, so now we decided to run right at him.
And that's been somewhat of a weakness in the first 4 games for the Tullahoma Wildcats, has it not? I'm sure you've seen the film.
It has been a weakness, and the first half of the game it was still kind of a weakness, but they adjusted well at halftime, and they got things going on the right track, and I think Tullahoma is a great team, and they'll make some noise when the playoffs start. Good run by Meeker. He decided it wasn't worth the throw, so he'd give it up.
Now that kid's done well too, but he was thrown into this job here because of an injury.
He has. He's a sophomore, and sophomores are going to make mistakes every now and then, but I think he's done a great job, and he's really turned out to be a pretty good quarterback for us. Pretty good leader in the locker room as well.
I believe I heard you say he's a great athlete in general.
Oh, he is a great athlete. He plays baseball and has a great future in baseball. Here's Chris Murray, quarterback. Yeah. Nice little run. Mm-hmm. Great run by Rozier again. Good vision, good cuts. Wish our receivers would block a little better, but everybody's fired up. We're moving the ball.
Through these first 3 games, maybe the score, if you just looked at the score, you might not think they were close. But as I've seen them, it looked like you were in every game.
We feel like we were. The first game of the year against Shelbyville that was a little different. But for the most part, we feel like going into the fourth quarter, we're still okay. And that's kind of all we want is for the kids to believe that when we get in the fourth quarter, we've got a chance.
Right.
There was a penalty that moved us back 3rd and long. Those penalties just kill drives.
That one there did particularly, didn't it?
It did. It's good run by Murray, but when it's 3rd and 12, your quarterback's not going to get it on his own feet. 4th down, we decided to go for it. Right now we're in no man's land. We're on 35-yard line. Don't really need to punt. Don't need to try a field goal. So we just wanted to roll out and almost get it. We get down awful close, but close isn't good enough sometimes. Now Tullahoma's offense takes the field, and you're looking at weapon after weapon after weapon. Jared Davis, we know what he can do, quarterback. And Barry and Burks that running back, they're dangerous now. We make a great play here. We read it, step up, make a play defensively.
I've seen that play go for a lot of yards too, so you had that one figured out pretty well.
We did. I thought we had a good defensive plan, and for the most part, we felt even going into halftime that our defense played above their head, and we were going to be okay. And that's what scares you to death. That kind of speed, reversing field. They did that 2 or 3 times on us.
But you covered that pretty well, though, and that one right there.
That one we did. Like I said, it's nervous. Speed kills, and when you get speed on the outside, you just can't make up for it. Good read with a bubble there. We brought a blitz, and Jared Davis, being a great athlete, knowing what he's doing, checked off and made a good play. He's a special player.
Yeah, he is, and this is, I think, his 3rd year to start for the Tullahoma Wildcats.
This is a good job setting it down by Chris Murray, turning it back in, and we just got to make plays. You can't ask for a corner to do better on that now on the bubble.
And you heard that name Chris Murray called. Folks, if you're don't watch a lot of high school football, most of these guys play both ways, don't they?
They do, and Chris Murray does. We try to limit who has to go both ways, but for the most part, Chris Murray's got to be on the field if we're going to win.
trap there, I believe, wasn't it? He didn't catch that one.
Right, he trapped it. They didn't catch it. Good job of the defensive line. Thought the D-line played well for the most part all game long.
How big are your guys in the defensive line?
We got one 300-pounder and one about 290. He's a biscuit away from being 300. And then we got two ends that don't have a lot of experience. One of them is Garrett Richardson, who played really well, and he's had a little experience. He started last year. The other one, Nathan Henderson and Tyler King, are new to the position. We've got a lot of new guys in new spots, and it just takes a little while to mature and grow up and learn how to play ball.
And plus, we were talking prior to the show coming on the air, though, you've come in and installed a new offense and defense, I think, for these guys that they have to catch on to, I guess.
Oh, we did. It was all new, brand new offense, brand new defense, 8 new coaches. Everything was brand new to the guys, and right now it's just taking them a little while to pick up on everything and make things happen. We thought he was in there, and luckily they called him down, but I think it was just a matter of time before they scored here.
Your lineman there, he thought he saw him on his knee hit the ground before he went in there. They called it.
Oh,
right.
they'll always tell you that.
Oh, they always
say
that.
Jared Davis with a touchdown run. We still feel like we're fine here. Our offensive line's sitting on the sideline right now telling us, hey, we can run the ball. Let's get back out there. We're fine. We're going to, we'll own the second quarter.
That extra point, by the way, was missed, which Tullahoma seemed to have some issues with that last night.
They did. I was shocked. I usually think of them as being a very good special teams team. And that was kind of shocking that they did miss it. There's Rozier again. Great job by Rosie.
You have any idea how many yards he got last night?
I really don't off the top of my head. I would love to know what his all-purpose yards were. He was a man among boys last night.
Yes, he was. Great future for that young man.
After the good return, we've lined up in great territory, and we know we've just got to keep pounding away and throw when we need to. And here's another good run by Rozier, falling forward. That's what he does. He's good about getting hit and always falling forward. There was our special little Meeker sneaker we put in this week.
I love the name of that play, Meeker sneaker.
He came up with that. It was mostly quarterback sneak, but he decided it was the Meeker sneaker. So that was Murray with a great read and a great run. I thought he was gone. I thought he was going to break one tackle and score. There he is back at quarterback.
And Chris Murray, folks, I think was a quarterback at one time, was he not?
He was. He's been everywhere on the field. He played a little quarterback, and we laughed and said it looks like every time he's in the game, we always run it with him, when in fact practice and game plan has him throwing it all over the field. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of weird that every time he's been in there, we've run with him.
All right. Let me acknowledge one of our great sponsors here, and then we're going to go to commercial break. We want to thank our good friends at Apex Restoration for sponsoring Coffee County football. They have several locations all across southern Middle Tennessee, and have an emergency response line in case you need, you have damage from wind, fire, water, or whatever. They can provide service to take care of that. And they also do mold remediation and environmental services in case you have some environmental damage to your home. They can take care of that. Of course, fire and smoke damage and contents restoration to restore your contents if in fact they are damaged by fire, smoke, or something of that sort. And they also have a catastrophe response team, so they're always available 24/7. That's DKI is who we refer to them. That's Apex Restoration, and their number is 866-461-5508. And you may recognize the owners there. They are Greg Driver and Chuck Lynch at Apex Restoration. So give them a call, ladies and gentlemen, for any of their services. And again, we thank them for sponsoring Coffee County Football Coaches Show. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back in just a moment.
People's Bank and Trust provides provides only the highest quality services and products available. At People's Bank and Trust, your 100% satisfaction is always our highest priority. Voted Manchester's finest bank and tellers for 2 years in a row. Come let us show you how friendly and helpful our tellers are. People's Bank and Trust offers business and mortgage loans, including auto, farm equipment, lines of credit, commercial real estate loans, business loans, and more. So if you're looking for a bank you can trust, stop by People's Bank and Trust, serving the banking needs of our area since 1906.
The tent is up at Stan McNabb Chevrolet, and that means the model year wrap-up sale is now in progress. It's been a great year for Stan McNabb and Chevrolet. 5 Consumer Digest Best Buy Awards, North America Car of the Year, and 5 top safety picks. Our best model year ever. And check out this award-winning 2011 Chevy Silverado Extended Cab. Drive it off our lot for only $22,777. Best of all, we have a great supply of 2011 models, but they're going fast. So take advantage of the model year wrap-up tent sale at Stan McNabb Chevrolet today.
Get Tullahoma's news first, fast, and free with Tullahoma's news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Jimmy and Jenny bring you local weather, sports, community calendar events, birth announcements, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Tullahoma's news, get it first, fast, and free with news leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Morning Point Assisted Living Residence is not a home, it's simply home for many seniors who just need a little help now and then. Morning Point offers private apartments for your independence. Come and go with the comfort of knowing that Morning Point is always there with qualified healthcare professionals to assist with medications, transportation, and your well-being. Enjoy restaurant-style dining at every meal. Choose participation from a wide variety of activities. Families take comfort in knowing their loved one lives in a safe place with all the benefits of home, plus a little assistance. Morning Point. Life continued.
All right, we're picking up action now in the second quarter, Coach Davis.
Second quarter, we're already in the red zone, and we've learned from our red zone woes, and we've decided just to, we've talked it up, and we're going to try to punch it in here and put it on the ground and not put the ball in the air. We're in our heavy set here where we've got a bunch of big guys on the field, and there goes Rozier for 7.
Made that look easy.
Made it look real easy.
Not being an expert on this, but were you using an unbalanced line a lot last night?
We were. We unbalanced a little bit, and Tullahoma sent us to it a little later, so we got out of it in the second half. But it was just something new that we'd started here. Here's a little onside kick we put in. We thought we would try this, see how it worked, see if we couldn't get the ball back. That's a good job by DeChaz McGee. I tell you, DeChaz has come up with humongous plays for us all year.
That was a great play for you guys because the Tullahoma player, I think, touched that ball.
He did.
And you guys recovered it.
He did. And I tell you, the kid DeChaz, number 15 running off the field here that recovered it, this is his first year ever playing football. He's a senior. And he's really been great for us. Fumble, it's kind of been the story of our life here at Coffee County football. We fumble again, and now we're starting to really worry, and the kids starting to get their head down a little bit, and the coach staff's trying to keep them up and let them know that, hey, it's just, we just started the second quarter.
Yeah, and prior to that fumble, you were in pretty good shape. You just scored, recovered the onside kick. Had to feel good about where you were at that point.
Oh, we felt great. I mean, we were really feeling good and thought this is exactly where we need to be. There again, Jared Davis being just a great quarterback and making a good read there. We thought that was kind of weird. The timeout that was called, we're not sure who called it. I asked all my coaches, and none of them called it. None of the players on the field said they called it. We didn't mind giving up because it was a good little time to take a timeout, but I'm really not sure who called a timeout there. Oh, Shaquille Harris with a drop there that just, you can tell that just got him real distraught.
That's happened a number of times. There's been a lot of drops from Jared Davis' passes that should have been caught.
But they got young receivers. I mean, it's going to happen. I mean, if if you're sitting on Tullahoma's sideline or you're coaching at Tullahoma, you're not worried about that. That's just young receivers.
Right.
Young receivers make mistakes like that. They'll be good, and by the time the playoffs start, everybody will forget all about any drops they've had. I feel defensively we're doing well against Jared Davis here. We're disguising our coverages. We're rolling everything, and we're just making them kind of dink and duck down the field. Here's 4th and 5. Good pass. I mean, you just don't ask for much better than that. It's a good quarterback. I was impressed with Tullahoma's offensive line last night. I thought they did a good job protecting him. We thought that might be a weakness we could take advantage of, and they kept him upright. That's just poor tackling on our part. We're just trying to grab and sling. With good backs, you've got to wrap up. I mean, you can't just sling them down. You've got to wrap up, run your feet. Good break by Chris Murray. Chris Murray was solid on defense all night. Oh, speed kills. That's a great tackle coming up by little Justin Morris. But boy, when you got that when you got that kind of speed, I mean, it's nice to have. They're in the red zone now, and they're dangerous when they get in here. Good job again, Chris Murray. That stopped him on 4th down, got us back the ball, and we're all excited, and Rozier's running, and we feel like we've got this game exactly where we want it right now.
I am so impressed with the stamina of this kid being a sophomore. I mean, he can obviously take the punishment and run a lot of carries.
He can. I was kind of scared they'd get me for child abuse for as much as I gave him the ball on Friday night. But again, he's just pounded off 10-yard runs like it's nobody's business. We're moving the ball, and life is good. It's a good job there of their defense just being better than we were up front. I mean, that play, all it had to do was they wanted it more than we did there. They blew our line back off the ball, and you got to catch those. That's just so disheartening.
Yeah.
I mean, we drive the ball down the field, and the first time we throw it, it bounces off shoulder pad right into Tullahoma's hands, and that's just sickening.
That'll give a coach gray hair, won't it?
Oh, it already is.
Yeah.
And you give them life, and that's what they do. You can just tell right now who can throw and catch and who can't. They've got to go for 2 here, and I thought we stepped up and did a great job making a play. That's Chris Murray again. I mean, he was everywhere he needed to be on defense. Right now, we're down 12-7, but offensively, we feel like we need, we're doing exactly what we need to do. We just got to throw the ball a little bit. We can't line up and run at them. They made adjustments. And, we just got to catch passes when we throw them and not throw into coverage and just be smart. We just got to be a smart football team, and we'll be fine. Little boot there. Good job by Brent Wicks coming down with it. Again, we're running out of time. We've got to get down the field. Rozier again. I tell you, he's only about 1 or 2 players away from breaking one deep.
Yeah, and that's going to happen.
It is. It's coming. I mean, I'm not sure when. I'm not sure against who, but he's going to make somebody pay for these little one-person tackles. But again, it's a long year, so we're still okay. Here we go with a little boot again. Nice catch by our tight end. That's his first catch of his career, and our offensive lineman was downfield, so it didn't count for anything. Draw to Rozier again. Nice run. Nice little run by Chris Murray. We're just 1 or 2 blocks away from really springing one. Fourth down here. Felt like we were in a position where we had to go for it. We bobbled the snap, and I tell you, I'm just glad he got it off. And of course, you get to Rozier, and good things happen. Anytime number 1's got the ball in his hands, we feel like good things can happen. And then this is another one that's just sickening. I mean, you can't pump it on a good player. He did. He had the wrong read. He pumped it, and now we've turned the ball over. Luckily, they didn't make us pay. We got to go into halftime just down 12-6. But again, we drive the ball, and we turn it over. I thought our defense did a great job keeping them out of the end zone here.
Yes, they did. I'm thinking there were about 40 seconds left, and Tullahoma's still going for it, trying to score again.
There was, and when you've got guys like they do, you can throw the ball anywhere. You can score from anywhere on the field. So I thought our defense did a great job of really hustling and keeping them out of the end zone. It was the last play of the half. That was just kind of a prevent defense. Just, let them catch it in front of you and make sure they're down. Going into halftime, down 12-7. We're running the football. Every time we drop back to throw it, we feel like we're making a mistake. So we've just got to correct it. And we go into halftime. The kids are excited. They know the game's ours. I mean, we told them, we're pounding them. We're doing exactly what we need to do. Just let's come out and stop them on defense and make stuff happen.
You made an interesting comment a while ago, and that's about teams making an adjustment. If you're sitting in the stands, you might think, why are they not doing this in the first quarter? And I bet the coaches and teams make adjustments, and what worked in the first quarter may not necessarily work.
Oh, we did. We had plenty of adjustments there at halftime. We knew we had to throw the football coming out because we knew, Steve Britton's the defense coordinator at Tullahoma. I've coached with him for 4 years at Riverdale. I knew exactly what he was going to do. He was going to stack the box, make us throw it. We had to do it. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of been a weakness for us, is throwing the ball a little bit. And it turned out the second half, it was a weakness for us.
But at this point, the game is still very much on the line.
Oh, we feel like the game's ours now. We're down 12-7, but we feel like, hey, this is our game. Coffee Pot's coming back to Manchester.
Mm-hmm. All right, we want to acknowledge our good friends at Sherrill Pest Control and service Tullahoma and Manchester. Their telephone number is 728-4290. They'll take care of any kind of pest you got: ants, bed bugs, termites, wasps, roaches, carpenter bees, whatever. And of course, don't forget the Centricon pest control system. That's a patented system that's great for every home. They'll do all those services for you at Sherrill Pest Control. Been in this area forever and do a great job at Sherrill Pest Control. So give them a call, ladies and gentlemen. It's 728-4290. That's Sherrill Pest Control. And we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back in just a moment with third quarter action.
People's Bank & Trust provides only the highest quality services and products available. At People's Bank & Trust, your 100% satisfaction is always our highest priority. Voted Manchester's finest bank and tellers for 2 years in a row. Come let us show you how friendly and helpful our tellers are. People's Bank and Trust offers business and mortgage loans, including auto, farm equipment, lines of credit, commercial real estate loans, business loans, and more. So if you're looking for a bank you can trust, stop by People's Bank and Trust, serving the banking needs of our area since 1906.
The tent is up at Stan McNabb Chevrolet, and that means the model year wrap-up sale is now in progress. It's been a great year for Stan McNabb and Chevrolet. 5 Consumer Digest Best Buy Awards, North America Car of the Year, and 5 top safety picks. Our best model year ever. And check out this award-winning 2011 Chevy Silverado Extended Cab. Drive it off our lot for only $22,777. Best of all, we have a great supply of 2011 models, but they're going fast, so take advantage of the model year wrap-up tent sale at Stan McNabb Chevrolet today.
Get Tullahoma's news first, fast, and free with Tullahoma's news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Jimmy and Jenny bring you local weather, sports, community calendar events, birth announcements, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Tullahoma's news, get it first, fast, and free with news leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Morning Point Assisted Living Residence is not a home, it's simply home for many seniors who just need a little help now and then. Morning Point offers private apartments for your independence. Come and go with the comfort of knowing that Morning Point is always there with qualified healthcare professionals to assist with medications, transportation, and your well-being. Enjoy restaurant-style dining at every meal. Choose participation from a wide variety of activities. Families take comfort in knowing their loved one lives in a safe place with all the benefits of home, plus a little assistance. Morning Point. Life continued.
Second half action here. Little pop up. Didn't get the ball exactly placed where we wanted to. So they get the ball in their territory, their side of the field. We're still okay. We know. I tell you, every coach knew coming out of the halftime they were fixing to throw it deep first play. And it was really no question that it was going deep. And I thought we were still in not very great position, but we were okay. We knew it was coming. If we could just get them to go 4 and out here, we feel like our game was ours. Because then we were able just to go back to what we were doing well. But like I said, speed kills. We're in good position. We've got people back there. We missed tackles, but at least we're in position. And then something like that happens, and it's just
that was Montel Berry for Tullahoma. He had him contained there for a moment, but
we did. But I tell you, Berry's a great player.
He is a great athlete.
He is a great athlete, and you just try to hold him and contain him, and we didn't make a tackle. And you just can't give them chances like this. Oh, that's just bad. I mean, that's just bad on our part. That's just, you kind of feel like they took the ball, went down and scored, and you almost feel like our kids kind of exhaled now. But
more kicking woes there.
Again, that's so shocking to me. I mean, it's shocking to me that they would have any kind of special team woes at all. I thought our kickoff return team was very good all night long. That one he put in the end zone. Besides that, I thought every time they kicked off to us, we really did a good job with them.
Am I correct? In high school football, you can't run it out of the end zone.
You can, as long as the ball touches the end zone, even if it bounces off your hand. If it's in the end zone, it's dead. There again, there's a play that we bounced off our shoulder pads earlier. We knew it was there, little slant route. And they did a great job on first down, and we go back to giving it to Rozier. Good job. You can see they're now moving up. They're slanting in. They're keeping out. They know what we're going to do offensively, and we just weren't able to do it after halftime. They kind of dared us to throw it here in the second half, and we tried our best too. Here we go, punt. Punt always scares me to death.
A lot of bad things can happen on a punt, can't it?
Oh, it's got to be the worst play in football. If you're a head coach, nothing good can come out of punt. Again, our whole goal was to get the ball up and make sure they didn't return any kickoff punts, because you get that speed and space and you've got issues. We've had to punt, but it's okay. We feel like offensively we're still fine because we see what they're doing. We can adjust. All we got to do is get them off the field, make sure they don't score. And then Montrell Berry with a good run there.
I think that was Trey Burks in that run.
Was that 27?
That was 27.
That was Burks. Good job, Brent Wicks. He was in the correct position, exactly where he needed to be, and Jared Davis floated it over the middle and make a good play, get the ball back in our territory.
Brent Wicks has done a good job for you guys, has he not? Seems to be a great athlete.
He is a great player. Great player. Sky's the limit for that kid. He can be as good as he wants to be, and sometimes I think he wants to be the best player on the field. And here's where we get into issues now. They're so fast on the outside that we can't run sweep. I mean, it's either we got to come right up the middle or we got to throw it a little bit. Draw again. You go to the well so many times and you just can't do it anymore. Fourth down. Fourth down, our protection broke down completely, and that cannot happen. That cannot happen on fourth down at all. Can't happen any other down, but on fourth it really can't happen. Of course, then you give Tullahoma's offense another opportunity, and can't give those weapons that much opportunities. Good job with our secondary there of disguising coverages. Come up, make a play. Missed tackles are just killing us in this second half. And we're in the same position we were in the first half. We're just missing tackles now. There's another one.
You had some players that cramped up too last night, I think. Did you not?
We did. Cramps happen. I mean, it's one of those things you don't really think too much about it because it has nothing to do with whether they're in shape or not. I mean, it has more to do with how they're taking care of themselves when they're not with you. Are they eating correctly? Are they drinking properly? Are they eating at school? You know, a lot of people have a misconception that cramps is because you're not in shape. Well, that's just not the case at all.
And it's kind of a science to that, I guess, now, isn't there?
It is. People are a lot smarter than me about those stuff. Tullahoma back down the red zone. Again, thought the secondary played well. I mean, we gave up.
Yeah, that play was covered, wasn't it?
It was. There was a secondary sack there, and we gave up some big plays secondary-wise, but against them, if they don't throw it all over you, then I feel like you did a pretty good job. We were all screaming jet here. We knew it was coming. Missed tackles, and what started out being a great first half has almost turned into a runaway now. Unsportsmanlike on us. Like I said, it's kind of the point now where I think our kids are really starting to question whether they can win or not, instead of knowing, hey, we're going to come back and win. Good job of Hunter Smithson on the return. Run, Chris Murray, run. Angelo Rozier again with a good run. He played well all night.
He did.
He did not quit. He was one that did not want this game to end.
Yeah, we've seen him make some great runs, but he also returned that kickoff for good yardage. He caught some passes. So.
He did. And I can't say enough about Aaron Rule. Aaron Rule made that catch right there. He has been the ultimate team player for us. He is one of those that you can stick in any position on the field and get stuff out of him. You can put him at wide receiver, you can put him at quarterback, you can put him defensively anywhere on the field. He just makes plays. Aaron Rule has turned out to be a great, great asset for us.
Okay. And hope for better things to come, I've got to say. All right, one other thing we want to take a moment to acknowledge our good friends at Ascend Federal Credit Union. The clock is ticking and your team is ahead. To stay in control of the game, you need an option offense. Would you agree with that, Coach?
Absolutely.
Okay. It's time for the Ascend option, giving your kids access to a youth account from Ascend Federal Credit Union. That gives them financial options. It's never too early to learn how to spend and save money wisely, and a Discover, Venture, or Go Youth account from Ascend can help. For more information, visit Ascend at fcu.org or call 800-342-3086. Ascend Federal Credit Union, raising possibilities. Ascend is federally insured by the NCUA, and membership is limited. And if you go by the Ascend Federal Credit Union, either in Tullahoma or Manchester, please tell them that we appreciate tell them that you appreciate very much them sponsoring this show. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back right after this.
This is Ken Huddleston, and this is KK's Music, Loans, and Jewelry. This is his son, Zach Huddleston, and this is his dad, Ken Sr., better known as KK. You never know what's coming through the door next.
An 1880 Liberty $10 gold piece, a Ruger M77 rifle, 300 Winchester Magnum with a Leopold 25x50 Barry X3 scope.
If you're looking for one-of-a-kind merchandise, come by KK's Music, Loans, and Jewelry in Tullahoma and Manchester.
Hi, I'm Lori Thompson.
And I'm Mike Thompson, and Lori and I have bought the dealership back on Highway 55, Thompson Ford, Tullahoma, Tennessee. It's back, it's wide open for business, and ready to serve you guys in the community.
And we want to thank you for allowing us to raise our children here. We've been here almost 15 years.
We want to thank the community. Without you guys, we couldn't have done it. We know it was your support that allowed us to achieve this dream. Come be a part of the dream, something special. Come see us at Thompson Ford. Ask for Mike or Lori.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. Know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
Welcome to the Rose Bowl. The team's taking the field. Not many people. Oh, my. He missed. Off to a rough start here. Somebody wants to go home. What's he doing?
If you're not watching college football in HD, you're watching Pee Wee TV. Graduate to Charter TV in HD and let it all in.
All right, now we're starting fourth quarter action, and I believe the score here is 25-7 at this point.
It's a lot to a little. I mean, we still feel like that we're okay as long as we don't quit. And that's all I wanted to see, and I even called a timeout here in the fourth quarter and just told them, hey, I want to see you fight. I don't want to see you quit. This is Coffee Pot. It's homecoming. It's important. Do not quit. Don't quit on your team. Don't quit on this community. Don't quit on every single player that came before you.
I think those kinds of things are so important for high school football, because if you don't win every game, you hopefully these young men learn a lot about life and about how to be better, stronger people and deal with life situations as well.
Oh, you do. That's what football is. I mean, you know, it's a game, but it goes way beyond that. I thought Morgan did a great job here of just getting the ball off.
Yeah.
It was, you know, he dropped the punt, and I thought he did a good job just getting it off. But again, you give them field position, they'll always make you pay. 3 missed tackles in a row. This is what disturbs me, because I wonder how much that was effort. And I'm sure we'll all have a chat about that on Monday during practice.
I bet it'll be discussed when we
It probably will. I'll probably be as nice as possible about it. Well, that score, it's kind of put the game into a position now where, we've either got to chunk it all over the field or we've got to run the clock and get out of there. But again, kickoff return comes up big. Get the ball, hold on to it, get us back close. It's a win for us when we don't fumble. Power, D'Angelo Rozier again.
You're right. He's still playing hard.
He is. This game means a lot to him, and he's not going to just stand around and let it go down. I think the offensive line's playing hard now. Caleb West, our big right tackle, who's been playing for 4 years, he's still out there and he's still hustling, doing everything he can he understands this is his last ever coffee pot game, and this game destroyed him when it was over.
I bet it was tough on some of your seniors.
Oh, it was tough on a lot of them. He was one that was just kind of just balled up in tears on the ground. I couldn't help but feel sorry for him because he's such a great kid. I mean, he's just an outstanding, besides being a great player, he's just a great kid. And you hate to see your seniors go out this way in a game that means so much to them. But we really wanted to make it a point here in the fourth quarter to make sure our seniors are still playing. This is their, like I said, last ever homecoming game. We want to make sure, Charles Jones is still on the field here, and Austin Cutshaw, and Justin Morris, and you can go down the line of all the seniors you still have on the field here, and we just wanted to make sure, hey, you know what, play it all out.
We were asking, I heard someone ask this question on another show today, is this the last of the Cutshaw boys, or are there other brothers left?
I sure hope not. I hope there's a lot more brothers walking around, because he's a good player. If there's not, maybe somebody needs to adopt some and change their name to Cutshaw, because that means a lot in Manchester. Get the ball back. Again, Rozier, he's just kind of pounding away. They're just kind of running the ball, and we're trying to get out of there. I think this is a real good drive for us. Again, seniors on the field for us. Still got Charles Jones in the game. Rozier's still running hard. Caleb West still out there. Zach Huddleston, our senior, he's been just a solid on our offensive line. He just never gets hurt, and he just does exactly what he's supposed to do. And I tell him on a daily basis I appreciate him more every single day that I get to know him, because he just does the little things that make things, make our offensive line go. Good job there again by Charles Jones. Charles always plays hard. I mean, he doesn't care. I don't think he knows the scoreboard's even on. And that's the kind of kid you want to coach.
Yeah.
You want a kid that plays hard whether you're up by 40 or down by 40. And that's Charles Jones. He loves the game of football. Good job coming up, making a hit. Good job putting pressure on the punter there. Gets us the ball back for the last drive of the game. We've rolled in a lot of our twos here. Again, keeping seniors on the field. I mean, you still look back there and you've got Charles Jones in the game, and you still got seniors that don't want to come out, that refuse. Kobe Welch is in there on the offensive line, and Kobe's done a great job coming in and really being able to play with us.
That's a nice touch, though, when you let them still be in the game here, because it is their last homecoming game. That's a nice touch, Coach.
Well, it means so much to them. I mean, some of these kids will live in Manchester for the rest of their life, and they'll always remember this game.
Yes.
And I want to make sure that, some of them are on the field as much as possible.
Okay, and I think that was it.
That was it. We ended the game there, and it didn't turn out the way we wanted to at all, Our kids fought hard, and that's what we asked. I mean, we wanted a good game, and I think the scoreboard wasn't really indicative of how the game went.
No, it was a lot closer, I think, than the scoreboard indicates at the end of the game, and that's football, and but it was a very exciting game to watch, I think, for the fans, and I think you have to be excited about the future of this program, because you were telling me, and of course you had that injury to your quarterback for the second play of the game.
Second play of the game, first game of the year.
Yeah.
He's a junior, so he'll be back next year. We have a lot of young players.
Right.
And the future looks bright, but right now, and I know you want to always focus on the future, but our focus is the present. I mean, with that bunch of seniors we have that are such great kids, they're what's most important to us right now.
And you were telling me a moment ago, we might have been in commercial break, but there's a bunch of kids. You said 95 kids were on that football team this year, or are on that football team this year, and you mentioned how many were on it when you took over the program?
35.
35. So you guys have made some phenomenal recruiting effort out there to get people out into the program.
We just want them to be excited. I mean, like I told you during commercial break, it's all about them. I mean, we want them to be a part of something where when they look back, after they've graduated, when they have grandkids, they look back and say, I played football at Coffee County High School.
Right.
And that's kind of, we want the guys in the community that played before, please come around. This week was a big game for us, and we had, 3 or 4 alumni come back and speak to the team during the week and just let them know how important this game was. And it was so nice to see the old guys come back and say, hey, this is what it meant to me back in 30 years ago. And then we even had Ethan Meyer, who was a great little player for us last year. He came back from college and spoke to some of the players. So I really want all the alumni and the kids that have always played before to always feel like they can come back and be a part of this.
Okay, now, by the way, I might have failed to mention that I'm sitting in Chip Ramsey, who is the regular host of this show today, so I could be making the wrong call here. I'm not sure. Am I supposed to do? I think we're going to take one more commercial break. If I'm wrong about that, please tell me.
Players of the week.
Players of the week. Okay. Players of the week. I bet you I could guess who's going to be the offensive players of the week, but I'm going to let you tell us, Coach.
Watching this game, watching the film, it's really no doubt that the offensive player of the week was D'Angelo Rozier. I mean, D'Angelo had a great game. It's one of those, I feel like every single week when your running back gets offensive player of the week, that you can really give it to the offensive line.
Right.
Because he can't do it by himself. But I thought D'Angelo just had a great game, and he's our 2 Purple Pigs player of the week.
Okay, and folks, he's only a sophomore.
He's a sophomore.
All right.
He is a good-looking sophomore.
And defense, Coach.
And defense player of the week, again, we called his name throughout the entire broadcast today. Every time you looked up, he was making plays. Our defense player of the week is Chris Murray. I thought Chris Murray played real well at cornerback, and the things he did offensively, I know don't roll over to defense, but he's just a great all-around player, and I think he deserves the $25 worth of wings from 2 Purple Pigs.
Okay, outstanding. All right, next week, Coach.
Next week, White County. A very good White County team. We're going to Sparta. Humongous defensive tackle. I think colleges are all over him. Great little player. Very fast running back, and you know how much speed hurts us. 2 good receivers. They're a good team. They are a quality team. The preseason polls picked them to finish second in our region above us. So we're in for a fight, and that's kind of what we're looking forward to. And we just got to go back to the drawing board like we do every week. We start every Monday blocking and tackling, and that's what we'll do this week.
All right. Okay, any significant injuries or anything from last night that you know about?
Matthew Henniger went down with a knee problem. We're really kind of waiting to see exactly what comes from that. Our first indication was maybe it was a kneecap. Now we're thinking maybe something, just ligaments torn behind it. I'm just waiting to hear. I'm waiting to hear from our trainer and just to let me know how we're doing. That's really been about the only injury we had coming out of last night.
Okay. All right. This week in Sparta, game time, 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock in Sparta.
Please come out.
All right. Support your Coffee County Red Raider football team. Good things are going to happen in this program. Coach, thank you so much for coming by today. We appreciate it very much. Thank you, folks, for watching, and we'll see you again next week.